more than rather than 50 human beings include been annihilated in London the year, more than rather than 30 of them in blade attacks. One person, Abdi, 26, who has oneself been stabbed, is frantic to keep the mob way of life over. Yet, as he explains, it can be hard to flee. Abdi, someone's of London, says he despairs how so lot youthful human beings are loser their lives in a enmity how can simmer downward to slight more than rather than the postal code they are of. He's fair a silly philosophy, in us youthful boys. Request, wherever you of. Which's yours postal code? Which mob are thou to? He's fair silly bruv. How lot mums include barn a millionth burst into tears since of their son receive stabbed. Abdi, whose name we are not with, has previous service 3 year in jail for marketing grade A drugs. Time down there, he was backed by CORE4LIFE, a mercy set up following the 2011 atrocity in the aim of reduction youthful reoffending. He says the mercy's part was key in help him changing. They stored on newcomer me in jail, how was a powerful item for me, he says. Who I don't aware take their own period, willingly upcoming out of their own way to assist me, I mind to myself, strike, these human beings are nice human beings. I told, I'm go cut off all the bad human beings in my lifetime. Yet, as a absolute remind of how hard it can be to keep mob lifetime over, Abdi was attacked soon following outgoing jail. I was walk on the top road deceased at overnight, upcoming of my boyfriend's building, and a car stretched upwards, he says. 3 dark boys jumped out on me and stabbed me down there was a incision, length incision. Abdi went to clinic, but admits he fled at first refer of care personnel contact police force. I fair knew I had to keep, since I aware human beings how include been withdrawn to jail by creature attack, he says. I utilized to coil in cold steel, admits Kripa, a 23-year-old raper of Birmingham. Yet while my boyfriend got annihilated, I mind, do I very wish to conduct a blade. If you coil in a blade you might believe, no, I'm not departure to use it, I might fair frighten who. Yet, me individually, while I get irate I can't monitoring which I'm departure to do. So I'm thought, if I don't coil in a blade, down there's no opportunity I can blow who. Kripa has been backed by CORE4LIFE with 2013. The Mercy's rehab program focuses on occupation, mentoring, and emotion and behavioral changing. As portion of it has started take youthful men elderly 18 to 26, who are in jail or at hazard of departure to jail, to a refuge in Somerset to assist them know how their behavior affects other, as help them understand how to changing it. Abdi remembers one operation how implicated with horses to learn them how to monitoring their tension and communicate in new experiences, at first by coming the equine, and later training to trip it. It was nervous system racking since I'd never been on a equine up, Abdi recalls. This just horses we knew were this ones while the police force were in the property. So each period I saw horses it was a red banner for me. Abdi says he has undertaken the ram of the galloping in him, and uses the toolkit he scientific via it in daily lifetime. While I encounter new human beings I practice how I attitude them, how I talk in them. He's all on cooperating in human beings, the feeling, the ego, he explains. Else operation sees the youthful men compose on a leaf of document which is break their advance, and keeping them behind in lifetime, up throw it on a fire. It was nice for me individually, since I aware which I wrote. I wrote, jail, Abdi says. Or while I wrote how downward I pledged myself, I'm not departure over no steel doorway once again, but down there are lot reasons why abuse can flash up. One how often arose for discussions on mob civilization at the refuge in Abdi and Kripa amongst other, was drill bit piece of music, a shape of rap piece of music radiating of Chicago in very violent lyric. Largest of it is speaking on piercing human beings, survey human beings, says Kripa. A lot of youthful human beings here to it, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. So they're looking up to these rappers, thought, yes, I love the raper, let me coil in a blade later. With the refuge in previous March, wherever Niner men were hard to rotate their lives about, a quantity include been stabbed or endangered, once again showing the difficult situation in conclusion a lifetime off of abuse. Abdi has a rough communication for nobody at hazard of creature sucked in a mob. Don't he get trapped up in the way of life, confidence me, he says.